Podcast here of the student example involving thesis statements for your Civil War essay and also showing you how you might construct your main points. So what I want to show you up here is an example thesis statement, two different types of thesis statements that you might use for this essay. The first one is what we call an analysis style thesis statement. It starts this way. Although African Americans comprised a very small percentage of Union soldiers, their struggles in the military and their successes in combat helped lead to racial equality in the U.S. military. You kind of start with the opposite view, with the although, and then you state your view. That's the basis of an analysis style thesis, and it's a little bit more complex. Here we have the traditional organizational style thesis statement, which kind of ends up creating a list of important criteria. The success of the 54th Massachusetts in combat led to increased recruitment of African American soldiers, and their demands for equal pay was a critical step towards racial equality in the U.S. military. You can see this list. We've got increased recruitment, we've got their demands for equal pay, and we've got a critical step towards racial equality. This one a little bit more clearly defines what the main points and the body paragraphs will be about, whereas this one leaves it a little bit more broad. It's a little bit more complex. As we scroll down, I've got the thesis statement that I've selected to analyze or break down here, and I've got the key parts underlined. So after looking over my answers to the questions that I wrote, I come up with a thesis statement, a statement of belief based on fact about the importance of my topic, the relevance of my topic, the salience of my topic. I create that statement that you saw above. Then I'm looking for the main ideas that I use to create that statement. In this case, increased recruitment is a main idea for me. Their demands for equal pay in the 54th is a key point for me. And the importance being this is a step for racial equality in the U.S. military. I then take each of those main ideas and I break them down to my main points or topic sentences, whatever you want to call them, the ideas that will become the first sentence of each body paragraph. And so here I have my first main point. The successes of the 54th Massachusetts in combat increased the government's confidence in African Americans and spurred further recruitment. That obviously relates back to the recruitment idea in my thesis. My main point number two, their demand for equal pay during the Civil War would prove to be a key step in that should be the struggle for civil rights for African Americans. So again, this idea of equal pay being a key event or a step in the civil rights movement, early civil rights movement. My body paragraph three main point, the racial equality of the modern U.S. military is due in large part to the contribution of the 54th Massachusetts Regiment. So nodding to that last part of my thesis. So again, I have those three main ideas here that all come from my thesis statement. And lastly, when we do our conclusion, we're going to have to restate our thesis statement. So I've got a very simple restatement of that original thesis right here. The success of the 1st African American Regiment increased the recruitment of African Americans throughout the North and led to significant progress for racial equality in the U.S. military. It's similar, it's not exactly the same, but it highlights again those main ideas that are in my thesis and I used to create my main points or topic sentences, whatever you wish to call them. Hopefully this helps you understand what you need to do for your Civil War essay. Thank you.